thank you all for being here on your own time and own dime, as I like to say. It's a great investment in Main Street America for you to be here. Small businesses are the fabric of America, and I'm proud to be a part of this committee where we're trying to make sure that people have the capital and the resources needed to not only start new businesses, but to maintain them in America. As you well know, today businesses are already struggling under rampant inflation, ongoing supply chain issues, workforce shortages, burdensome regulations. On top of these issues, the Biden administration is pursuing anti-growth policies such as Basel III, further shrinking access to capital. President Biden also vetoed partisan legislation that would undo the CFPB's Section 1071 reporting requirements that would further burden small businesses' ability to access capital. With the shrinking availability of capital from the banking industry, small businesses have turned to alternative sources of capital, such as private equity. Private equity is an essential tool for small businesses looking to access capital and actually grow. In our district alone, there was $1.4 billion of private credit investment in 2022. Unfortunately, the Biden administration cannot abide any pathway for Main Street to grow and has released a new merger guidelines through the FTC and DOJ that curtails private equity's ability to invest. By the FTC's own estimate, the new merger guidelines would lengthen the process for filing by 300%. I feel that's unacceptable. Over the next decade, compliance with President Biden's regulations will cost Americans more than $1.5 trillion. Let that sink in. Ms. Kennedy Thompson, thank you for being here today. And I like your pink. Can you please speak about how securing capital from private equity impacted your business?
Certainly, I'd be most happy to. There's many levels it has impacted us. So from the franchisor side, we are in our fifth hold period with private equity. When I came into the company, we were doing $400 million with 6 brands. Today, we're doing $4.1 billion with 30 brands. And it is a testament to the private equity investment that our PE sponsors have made with us and helped us. And along the way, as we've grown, we've been able to grow our franchisees as well because we've had the right resources at the right time to bring in the right talent, to be able to have the right access to capital so we could buy some of those companies, to be able to provide our customer the right and best experience. And then to our franchisees, we have many that are ready to grow and they're finding access to capital quite difficult. And the smaller PE companies are coming in and being thought partners to them, introducing them to the right partners and to the right suppliers and helping them grow their businesses as well.
Very quickly, where would you be today if it weren't for those investments?
That's a great question. I certainly don't think we'd have 30 brands doing $4.1 billion. I don't. I was there at the early days, and we are a completely different company with really great resources at our fingertips. And what's most important is it's helping us grow our franchisees.
Mr. Shaw, in your remarks, you spoke about how SBA loans are a key avenue for many businesses to access capital. However, you noted that the majority of these loans require some form of physical asset to secure. How can the SBA better support small businesses in the tech space, such as your own?
That's a great question. I think something needs to change on that side. What they can do is I think they can use the private markets to understand collateral. So, for example, if you do receive private equity, the SBA can come in and provide additional capital on top of the private capital to further grow that business. There are also ways that we can look at collateral differently today than what historically has happened. You can use revenue growth or traction or other metrics that are not physical assets in the eyes of what I would say is a traditional physical asset. So I think a lot of those avenues need to change as well. So I would say the biggest part for us is the private markets and allowing us to use the private markets to help with the SBA loans.
Thank you so much. Thank you again to our witnesses. And with that, I yield back, Madam Chairman.